Hello everyone, QuickShot14 coming at you here. Welcome to the first Minecraft World Update and Plans video. Basically, this is taking over the old time lapses I had for a few reasons. One, gotten point. I've still got a lot of Minecraft time lapse footage, but it gotten to the point where it's really difficult. There's more editing involved than I really want to do, to be honest. It's so time consuming, it's ridiculous. So I figured I'd do something like this instead. We'll still do the random sub thing, we still do the poll thing. So this is the spot now, basically taking over the old time lapse. So first and foremost, let's give you a status update before we go into stuff. Got a lot to show you this video for this first video. So I've got a nice little isometric view here of my world. Let me zoom in here so you can really see. There's the lighthouse, Pac-Man Falls. This is a really nice view of it. A wonderful CartographerG, which works really well, especially with my system, and looks awesome, I must say. So I'm going to zoom in quite a bit here. You can see the outpost here, the docks, the mine, all that wonderful stuff. So let's get over to the fort. So here is the Cascade City and the fort and the complexes. As you can see, this is pretty much up to date from what you guys last saw. We have all Complex Alpha here, we have Complex Beta here, and Complex Delta here. Some of you guys were asking, why is it Alpha, Beta, Delta? It should be Alpha, Beta, Gamma. Alpha, Beta, Delta just felt good to me. I don't know, maybe I play too much TIE Fighter. You always seem to get Alpha, Beta, and Delta Squadron. You know, they always skip Gamma for some reason. I don't know. Usually made it like a gunboat squadron, so, yeah. I don't know. It's more military, I guess, and that's the idea. Will it stay Delta? You guys might change the name of it. Who knows? So this is pretty much it. Now, this I want to give you guys a little tidbit here before I go into my plans, because I got tons and I want to share it with you guys. Let's go ahead and have an update. As you guys can see, I have pretty much everything in place. Right here is the top of the mob spawner. Basically, you guys know the prototype that I had inside of here. I've started hollowing that out a little bit. If you check out the newest world save, which of course is always posted, just like when it was with the time lapse, is always posted with this video. So the time you're seeing this video, there is a new world update out there. So I'm going to grab it. Texture pack should be out as well, usually do. You know, depending on whether or not 1.5 comes out by the time this comes up. Hopefully it is out. But you could really see it. So let's focus on the update and what we're getting ready to do, which of course a lot of this terrain right here got flattened and brought down to level. Basically the focus right now is Cascade City, of course, and the actual park area. I really want to get the park area moving and going. That's why I went ahead and started Delta. That's why I wanted to finish the Sky Bridge, and that's why we're going to focus on the capital. The capital goes right over here somewhere. You'll see, and I mentioned in one of the videos that hopefully will be up with this, that I'm not sure if there's enough space here, so I might have to move it a little bit more. But the capital goes here. This is important, you know. This is like the middle main section of the city, and between the three complexes and of course the fort. So, update-wise, I mean, we've got a lot going on over here with me clearing this out. I cleared out all this sand, as I mentioned before to you guys in the video. I've still got this like little reef of sand here that'll probably get wiped out later. I might grab a diamond shovel off camera and just wipe it out, grab all that sand and make that full lake pretty much. Most of the lake's getting extended from the underwater area here, and that'll happen here. Where is this bridge going? I have no idea, to be honest. Most of you guys give suggestions of putting some sort of underwater thing in Cascade City. Maybe I'll do like an observatory or something of that nature. I honestly don't know, guys. So your suggestions are welcome, though, and I do keep them in mind. I do read every single comment you guys leave. I know I don't reply to all of them. Most of the time I don't need to. Most of the time they're repeat questions and things like that. So the monster spawner area here, which is kind of one of the big updates and things to do, is going to take a little time to do because I need the pistons mod. Basically what I want to do is we have basically the passive mobs here on top, and then it goes down, and then we go down to where the prototype was, and that's where the actual mob spawning will be. at least the first level. There might be multiple levels, I don't know. Above that, I want like a little light fixture. So instead of using redstone, I want to use lightstone, or glowstone, if you will. And in order to do that, I need the pistons mod in order to really make that work well. And since pistons mod is not coming out for 1.5, that's not a top priority. It's going to take some time. But there's still a lot of hollowing out to do, so you'll probably see me giving you updates on how that's working, or maybe at least even starting the passive mob area to get that started. This is pretty much going to be my mob tower. This is pretty much the top. How deep it's going to go, I have no idea. It could go deeper, it could go higher. I don't know. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be quite a challenge. I've got to find all the caves around here and line them up, of course, and all that wonderful stuff. The other big thing that's coming up, of course, with 1.5 is the new booster stuff and all that wonderful things for Minetracks. So you're going to see a lot of minecart work and a lot of subway work. We might even get started on working Central Station here and Station Alpha and Substation Spawn. Now, Substation Spawn already has a platform, a station, but it's actually going to get another platform that's going to connect to Station Alpha. And of course, Central Station connects to Alpha and primary, and then of course later on there will be a beta and delta station as well, and plenty of other substations that go around that. So definitely going to be a lot of work on that. Should be a lot of fun. By the 1.5 video, which hopefully will come out at the same time this does, you're going to see me in the lab playing around with the new booster stuff to figure out exactly, sorry for the sniff, how that's going to work. Armory here is still being worked on. I'll probably mine some more obsidian off camera sometime soon. Obviously, right now I'm putting a halt to apartments in Alpha at the moment and working on Alpha so I can focus on Central Park. I have to put the capital in place, in my opinion, before I can continue working on Central Park, and that's because I need to know where it's at so I can have these paths working out properly. And so that's kind of the update. That's kind of where we're at. That's kind of what's on the horizon right around the corner. So let's talk about long-term plans here in just a minute, but first let me go ahead and go over something. You guys might have noticed over by the Pac-Man Falls and the lighthouse and everything that on the last map basically had that this was gone, and it's like, what happened? And there was even a few extra boats out here and stuff. I don't know what happened when I was doing all that redstone work and everything like that down in the labyrinth. I came back up here, headed out towards there, and when I got past this point right here, it locked up. But what was weird is it didn't, it locked up, totally locked up. And I was like, okay, whatever, and it didn't black screen, it just locked. So I went ahead and crashed it, and I came back, walked forward, and it locked again and again and again. Took a basically a view of it here, and well, this is what I saw. Yeah. Entire region here was corrupted, as you can totally see. Look at this mess. I mean, things just completely out of place and shifted and moved, and it was a mess. And I was like, oh crap. And I thought, well, maybe it's just the way it looks. Managed to go through the portal to get over here, came out over here, and managed to get a good view right here, and you could actually see the cuts here, and yeah, it was nasty, guys. It was really bad. I got really lucky. I didn't have a world backup that was any time soon. In fact, now I actually keep a lot of backups of the backups, basically, in case something like this happens again. But I was able to, very luckily, be able to find the exact region file that Pac-Man Falls was in, and use the world save that you guys last had, and replace that region file with that good one, and it fixed it. And it put it back the way it was, reverted it basically, and then I went ahead and just rebuild the dock and the path here, which was kind of nice because I got some clay over here again. Also, I don't have it up here. I'd have to get to it, and I don't want to right now, but I want to give I have that map that wonderful God, I can't remember his name now, gave me of all the clay spots. There's actually one like you can kind of see it in the water. Just one right here that he pointed out. There's actually another one around here somewhere. There was one, of course, the one I got here. There was actually another one over here, which I actually grabbed a little while ago. And of course, there was one here. So lots of clay around, which is great. I'll be grabbing that. We're going to need that for the, of course, the bricks that go around here on the city. So let's talk about the city a little more and the long-term plans. What you're looking at here is basically all of Cascade City, from I guess really at least all this, or all like this is Cascade City, pretty much, something like that. Uh, Fort Primary is actually a lot bigger than it looks. Of course, right now we're mainly focused here. We've got a little bit in here, but actually all this can be Fort Primary. This can all be Fort Primary. All this space right here is pretty much can be this mountain can be Fort Primary. I mean, obviously this gets extended out for the tree farm, which can go out pretty much all the way to here-ish, I think. And so yeah, all this is Fort Primary, so you'll probably see that happen. They won't have any entrances. It's supposed to kind of look like that. I mean, you'll probably see some windows and whatnot when I start working on it. Who knows? Tons of room to expand the fort. It should be big. It should be it. I mean, Fort Primary is like the headquarters of the military or whatever, for like whatever sort of like empire I guess we're making or whatnot, or I'm making. And you guys keep asking me, how do you keep playing quick? This is how. I've got these cool plans and cool ideas. And I know some of you, well, what's the point? You know, nobody's going to see it. Well, there's still stuff being added. The mod API is going to be out someday. There's going to be mod stuff added, and the map can always be made multiplayer. That's enough for me. So yeah, pretty much all this can be Fort Primary. So we've got all this worked out. This is, of course, all the city back here. I mean, this is all Delta pretty much, because I cut it off like right here. So this little piece of mountain here is all city, but everything back here is Delta. All this is city, basically. Right here is where the main docks are going to be. Of course, we have the dock for Fort Primary and whatnot. The city docks are going to be in this little area. What I'm thinking about doing is like basically channeling this out here and channeling this out here and having the main docks like right in here somewhere. And then of course all this can be a housing space, maybe like a stables or whatnot for like horses. You know, when a mod API comes out, I have Mo creatures, I can do horses, you know, stuff like that can all be out here. So this is like the central park, the main part of the city with the main complexes, and then this is all like the extended part of the city, the suburbs, I don't know what you want to call it. The houses will be over here. Me and my wife's mansion is going to be out here somewhere towards the waterway by the beach. And encompassing all this, since most of the mountains work as a natural wall, but encompassing most of all this is going to be an actual wall. That's going to be a pretty big project. I know somebody asked if I was going to do like a fort or a castle, you know, proper castle. Not really my thing, but you're going to see something, a wall that's sort of like a castle-like wall. I kind of got that inspiration, honestly, from Blue Siphos, from their Shadow of Israel with that big, huge wall. It ain't going to be that big, but it'll be a pretty big wall that pretty much encompasses and goes around here, and it kind of closes off the city from the rest of the area. Just some fortifications for it, basically. Out here in front, somewhere around here, is going to be the actual main entrance, main gate, if you will. So there will also be an extension of the wall there. Where it's going to be, I don't know. Probably somewhere in here-ish. It's not going to be very far from this area, but somewhere in here-ish is where it'll kind of be. And then there's actually going to be a road. I'm going to make one hell of a long road that actually goes all the way here and goes up all the way to Fort Secondary in whatever city or whatever we have here. In between, somewhere in between, probably in here or in here or somewhere around here, there might be a little town or whatnot, and that should be really cool. That's a long time in the future. That's going to be quite a ways. I mean, we got a lot of work here to do for the city alone before that, but that's some of my long-term thoughts and ideas on that. We can always extend the city out over here or even back here. Of course, there's more area we could do city over here. Right now, this is being considered non-part of the city. Basically, this is like the cutoff wall line right now, but this could be part of the city. I was thinking about, because it kind of looks neat right here, maybe because there's caves in here and stuff, maybe doing something with this and making it some sort of like port authority or security. I have no idea, but those are some of my plans with Cascade City and kind of where it's going. Some really big plans. There's definitely a lot of room around here to do this stuff with. The landscape's pretty hilly, obviously. Nothing like it is over here, thank God. But pretty hilly, so there's a lot of landscaping. This is a hell of a lot of work right here. Luckily, it's not too far, and then it kind of irons out, so it shouldn't be too difficult to landscape a lot of this. Just this piece here is the pain. Um, It'll be a lot of fun. It's definitely a lot of work that we can do. So alpha is mainly apartments and condos, things like that, more upper scale class, whatnot. Beta is mainly the merchant district, if you will. That's where all the stores are going to be and stuff, because there's obviously not enough room for stores or shops or anything like that out here. There's for some of the higher end stuff like stables, like I said, and stuff like that could definitely go out here. Maybe a proper farm, since this farm is supposed to be for the military. We could actually have a civilian farm out here, or something like that. Maybe even an airport, the airport mod sometime in the future. Who knows? So this is kind of like the market district office building. That's what I've always kind of said. So that's what beta is going to be, and it's by far the biggest. There might be some apartments in there too. And then delta is pretty much just apartments, mainly because it's not that big. It's also very close, of course, to the merchant area district stuff, and of course the main part of the city. So. And then of course there will be connections with minecarts. Well, there'll probably be a station somewhere out here that connects to Central Station or a substation or something of that nature. So yeah, there's a lot to do for Central, for Cascade City, and it is the first city. If you know, of course, Fort Secondary, which hasn't been touched, is going to be another city of some sort. Not exactly sure how that's going to go, how I want to work that, obviously. It's definitely a far future project, and when we get ready to start working on that is when we are definitely going to be doing the road. But that's not going to be until this is at least has the city fleshed out. So the walls are up, the docks are in, stuff's here, the front entrance is there, stuff like that. So, wow. It's a lot. It's a lot. Of course, we have the quarry over here as well. So let's go ahead and talk about the last week's, or not last week's, but the last winners, the random sub. The poll, of course, was for, crap, I forgot. What was the poll for? I think the poll was for alpha, actually, now that I remember. I think it was, and alpha is alpha still. God, I can't remember. If that wasn't what it was, I'm sorry, but that's whatever it was, it stayed the same, and I think it was alpha. So, yeah, alpha is still alpha, so that's cool. Poll for this this duration of this video is actually going to be for the world. What the world name is going to be. Right now, it's just LP World. If you've ever seen it and stuff, since I can actually name it and everything, I figured it'd be cool to give an actual proper name to the world that we live in. So that is the poll. So make sure you click on the link in the description to go down to the forum post so you can vote on that poll. And of course we also have the random sub winners, and since we're here, I'm actually going to show you the random sub app that I made. Hopefully it'll run properly. I haven't ran it in a while. I made this in visualbasic.net 2008, so this is a little old. But as you can see, I have all you guys here. These are all you wonderful subs who have done Pick Me and who are in here. And of course over here we have the contests. So we have the channel, of course, which Lockman won. We have the Complex Alpha Condo, which Monster Gamers got. We have the Labyrinth name, which of course D-Landers won. And then of course the Complex Alpha 4 apartment names, which Games won, Quethanok, Joe BT501, and my name is KJ101. So congrats to you guys in doing that. I'm going to have a new contest here that's actually going to be a name for the quarry, actually. The quarry here, for the sand quarry, we're blasting and whatnot. So one of you wonderful guys will get to win that name, have your name put on the actual quarry, so it'll be like, like whoever's sand quarry, basically. So we're going to be having that in here. Of course, as you can see, if you've ever done Pick Me, you are still in the running. You're still here. So all you need to do is put a comment, of course, in this video. It says Pick Me, and be a subscriber, of course. If you're not a sub, please sub, and you can do that, and that'll put you in the running here. If you don't get this random sub pick, well, you can always try, then get a chance to be in the next one. And the best part is you won't have to do pick me again. Just, you know. So that's pretty much it, guys. That's all I have for you. Man, that was a mess. That's pretty much all I have for you, and what's going on and what I have planned. So I hope you guys stay tuned. I'm looking forward to playing around with 1.5. Can't wait to see how those boosters go. Hopefully you guys could see that here. So of course, please thank you guys for your continued support. Keep checking up with it, and the nice thing about these new updates and planning and stuff is I can release them when I'm ready to, which will hopefully make them a little more consistent than the time lapses were. So don't forget, you want the world save or the latest world save, which should be out with this video, and of course the texture pack and all that wonderful stuff. You can find that at my Minecraft files page, which is always in the description of all my Minecraft videos that are 200 or above. You will find the link there. I know that gets asked a lot in the comments. It's right there. I'll even post the link of it in this video as well for you, just to make it super easy. Don't forget to go to the Minecraft forums link that I have to vote in the poll of what we're going to name this blasted world, and I'll see you next time.